Senior Tories and big landlords discuss ways to thwart the Renters' Rights Bill. I'm going to read into this exclusive on The Guardian, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here, an exclusive from The Guardian with the headline that senior Tories and big landlords discuss ways to thwart the Renters' Rights Bill. The exclusive reveals that meeting hosted by a shadow housing minister for the estate agents and landlords prompted accusations of collusion. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share us across social media so others are notified of this video. This kind of thing where there is discussions between government politicians and certain things. It's not really like a case of that we shouldn't expect this. This should be something that is expected, especially when a lot of Tories are also landlords. We know that the Conservatives intentionally want to make lives a living hell for tenants, and we know that a lot of landlords also want to make tenants' lives a living hell as well, because they don't want to give tenants a fair rights in all of this. They're trying to make it's already been a long time for tenants who have been through absolute hell. Many of them are now homeless as a direct result of tenants, because they've made it near to next impossible for them to live in those accommodations. The bill, like, I understand the concerns from some landlords, but the vast majority of landlords are just greedy people who want to milk these tenants for every single penny they've got. And my position is this: if you're a landlord and you can't hack this new bill, get a new job. Like, quit being a landlord, do something else. That's my clear message to you, because tenants don't have enough rights. They simply don't. And this is needed for their protections. They've been taken advantage of for far too long, and this is a step in the right direction when it comes to the balance between tenants and landlords. It really is. And this idea that they prompted and shown down is only going to push more tenants out on the streets. It's only going to push more tenants to be kicked out of their properties. In doing so, the longer this is delayed, the sooner this is done, the better. And if it means some landlords giving up and packing up because they can't hack it, then so be it. But this needs to happen. Senior lawyers have privately held talks with big landlords about how to thwart the government's Renters' Rights Bill. The Guardian has along with ideas, including launching a legal challenge from under human rights law. What about the rights of the tenants? I'm not sure how far that will get. Jane Scott, the shadow housing minister, recently hosted a roundtable meeting with several of the country's largest landlords and estate agents, in which they discussed a number of ways to stop or delay the bill altogether. The ideas included challenging it in the courts and delaying it with repeated rounds of laws amendments, according to 3 people in attendance. The discussions have prompted accusations of collusion between the Tories and the property industry. They also give an indication of how hard the Conservatives are likely to fight the bill in its 5 final stages, even though the party tried to pass a similar version of the proposals when it was in government. Yeah, but the Conservatives don't want to give tenants anything, because, like I said, they're in the pocket of landlords. This is really the problem is that there are some Labour MPs who are landlords themselves, which is also concerning, but the vast majority of them are in favour of this bill. Anny Cullum, policy officer at the campaign group Acorn, said the comments by Baroness Scott have confirmed what we suspected, that there is a coordinated attempt by landlords and their supporters within the laws to frustrate the progress of the Renters' Right Bill. Yeah, they want to make lives difficult for tenants. She added, unelected and unaccountable Tory peers are using underhand tactics to deliberately delay this vital legislation even more, legislation that many of them supported in this previous guise under the last government. Pauline Nadell, chief executive of Shelter, said England's 11 million private renters have been waiting for years for this genuine security and safety in their homes. Absolutely. With reform finally on the horizon, it's utterly disgraceful that a handful of self-interested peers are resorting to senile delay tactics designed to slow the progress of the Renters' Rights Bill to a crawl. Yeah, 100% agree. This is what they want. 11 million. These renters need these protections. They've been taken advantage of for far too long. The Conservative Party spokesperson said that the Conservatives have been warning that this bill is deeply flawed nonsense, as it will lead to a reduced supply of rental homes. As I said, if they can't hack it, go do something else. As is private practice with all legislation, the official opposition engaged privately with a range of stakeholders to hear their views. At the heart of the Labour's renters' rights package is a ban on no-fault evictions, which is due to come into force as soon as the bill receives the royal assent. Other measures in the bill include preventing landlords from accepting more rent than the amount for which a property has been listed, and enacting Arab's law to force landlords to carry out essential repairs within a fixed time period. Yeah, this is very important. This is very important here. There's numerous stories out there of landlords who are deliberately and intentionally not fixing problems when it comes to looking after their tenants. And if you're a landlord who is one of these problems, and listen, you can go all you want about your financial dues, but if you can't do these, if you can't look after your tenants, if you can't deal with if you can't do with simple essential affairs and whatnot, again, I say it again, get out of the property market. If you can't hack it, it's as simple as that. Like, there have been stories where though landlords have deliberately and intentionally left it for years and years and years when it comes to simple things that needed to be fixed, simple basic things. You can't do it, shouldn't be a landlord. Michael Gove's attempts to enact a similar set of proposals when he was housing secretary in the last government, but this bill failed to pass before the election was called. Yeah, because Michael Gove was pulled under a rug by the Conservatives because they're in the pocket of landlords. Since then, the new Tory leader, Kemi Bagonot, has hardened her party stance against such reforms. Scott's meeting with the landlords and estate agents, including representatives from the property group Get Living, Dexter's Estate and the National Residential Landlord Association, among others. Get Living told the meeting they instructed a senior barrister to examine bringing a legal challenge to the bill on human rights grounds, an initiative which Scott welcomed. According to two attendees, one said she told the meeting the legal challenge might stop the bill dead in its tracks. Yeah, because they want to literally because they want to milk tenants for all their money. Absolute disgusting. The Scottish Association of Landlords launched a similar challenge against the Scottish Government's attempts to bring in a temporary rent cap, arguing it is violating the rights to properties as enshrined in the European Convention on Human Rights. That challenge ultimately failed. A spokesperson for Get Living said the company wanted the bill to succeed. The spokesperson added, however, there is a group in the professionally managed rental sector that significantly contributes to new housing stock. They are concerned about the legal issues the government faces if this bill proceeds in its current format. Scott also told the meeting that she will do everything she could to force debate on multiple amendments as a way of delaying the bill, telling those who attended she thought she could hold it up until autumn at least. At one point, according to one attender, she complained she could not find enough statistical evidence to say that landlords were leaving the market as a result of the bill. Haha! Oh, you're not leaving. Oh. Then I like that. Not enough evidence. Yeah. I like this. I like it when last time I had a go at landlords in the comment section, they kicked off saying, "You don't know anything about this. We landlords, it's going to just cripple us and whatnot." And yeah, there's still no evidence that's saying you guys are leaving the market. It's almost as if you're lying. In response, attenders said they would try to find the data she was looking for. Okay. No, I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to make up numbers. They're gonna make up numbers. They'll get a made up company, or they'll pay a company, like a polling company or whatnot, to try and make up some data to say that they've been doing this. That's what's going to happen. They're not going to use official ones. They're going to use ones that they can pay off to do a fake one. Scott also defended the Conservative decision not to bring in the Arab's law, saying landlords were not sufficiently well organised to be able to respond to tenants' problems within strict deadlines. Again, if you can't do it, then, well, maybe you should, find a new profession then. One of those who attended, who said they were playing devil's advocate, wondered about whether landlords should not be forced to become more organised. And not all the property groups represented were comfortable with the tone of the meeting. According to some of those who attended, some groups believe the bill is going to become law eventually, and that it would be best to pass it quickly with the modest amendments to give landlords more certainty. Yeah, so there's some people there who understand the needs of this, who are just accepting this, and there are those who just cannot accept the fact that, tenants need more protections. That's the reality. The reality is tenants need more protections, and they're trying to do everything in their power to make life a living hell for innocent tenants. Now, let me be very, very clear about my language, because I know I've already aggravated a lot of landlords in here. I'm fully aware that there are tenants who take advantage of landlords. There is evidence of that. We have seen that in TV programs, and there have been many, many stories on that. I'm not denying that there aren't tenants that take advantage of landlords. However, it is more landlords that take advantage of tenants. Far, 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 far more the other way around. There will always be problematic with tenants, and obviously they need to be dealt with. But it is always the tenants that suffer far more in this battle when it comes to rights. And tenants need these rights. They need to have these rights in. They need to be able, or one of the need them. And there's someone who was a previous tenant, to be told that I only had 3 months to find a new home for myself was absolutely, like, it was absolutely ridiculous that you're told that you only have 3 months to get out of your property. Like, it's just throws all your problems up in the air. It was just, I remember at that time, it was sheer panic. And this was a few weeks before Christmas as well. It was absolutely devastating. And luckily I managed to find a place in time. But still, it's not right that tenants are literally thrown under the bus by landlords on these things. There's no fault evictions. Yeah, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Those with common sense, those who aren't landlords, and those who understand the situation of how important it is for this bill to pass to protect tenants. Obviously, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. In standing against the evil landlords who want this bill to be stopped in its tracks so that they can milk tenants for more money than ever before. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about this, guys. If you found this video informative and helpful to you, hit that like button, share across social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the Rumble and Patreon content down below. You can finally support me by hitting the join button down below for YouTube membership. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.